Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, Devenge Apparels. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today on Winning with Customer Service. Official Abode. Welcome. My guest is here. Welcome, 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 Dennis Agbeti. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining in, everyone. Kindly do share the link with your friends, and Dennis, kindly send me a request, and I would accept for you to join. Okay.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about emotional intelligence and customer service on Winning with Customer Service. And I have my friend. Wow, he's here already. Hi, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Dennis, can you hear me?
It's not clear.
Oh, wow.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. And I hope that also
Okay, can you
followers can
ask
also
others if
hear.
they can hear you clearly?
Okay, so can anyone else hear me? If you can hear me, kindly put it in the comments so that we can confirm that we are together. My guess he can't hear me. Let's confirm that you can hear. So if you can hear me, please put it in the comments that you can hear me.
So I can hear you, but it's kind of low. Before I join, okay, all right.
Is it clear now?
It's okay. I think we can manage. If we can all hear you, then it's fine.
Yeah, so the guys say they can hear me, so I think it's fine. All right, so welcome to Winning with Customer Service. On Winning with Customer Service, what we do is talk about issues that can help us improve on our customer service. And today, I've asked my friend and brother Dennis Agbeti to join me to talk about emotional intelligence and customer service. By the way, Dennis is an emotional intelligence coach, an executive coach, and he's the husband. He will introduce himself. He's the husband to a very powerful lady. And I'm sure you have seen one or two of their videos, very exciting online. But Dennis is a very busy guy, but he's joining us today to talk about winning with customer service and how you can use emotional intelligence to win. Dennis, let my audience meet you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And today we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence. It's a subject I'm always excited to talk about because it's at the crust of many of the things. If you want to be efficient in customer service, efficient in sales, then you must learn the emotional intelligence skill. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you, Segun, for having me.
Fantastic. So what we see many times, Dennis, is that a lot of Nigerians, because of how we grew, because of our nature and nurture, many of us do not know how to, be, nice and know how to, talk to customers well, because where we're coming from is a place where we have that, like the term on social media now, that dragging culture, where we want to just drag people, we want to be sarcastic. What do you think, has led to this, and how do you think that can be resolved?
Okay, so thank you so much. So a lot of us in Africa, we actually grew up in dysfunctional homes. Let's say, a lot of us in Nigeria, we grew up in dysfunctional homes where we didn't really experience we didn't experience functional parenting, we didn't experience a functional family, right? And that has programmed us to live in a certain way. So while you were growing up, you grew up where your father was always shouting at you. You saw your father and your mother fight. You saw abuses. You did crazy. Your head no correct. And when you make mistake, your mother will give you a dirty slap. you know, and the response to mistakes, to errors is violence. It's not violent, but like in our parents' point of view, they think they are punishing you, and that's
They're
their way
correcting
of
you.
they are correcting you. So, but what that does to us as children, that it wires us in a certain way, where you
Yes.
become hyper defensive. You learn things like the best form of defense is attack. So
Yes.
before you talk to me anyhow, I go clear you sharp, I go
Yes.
clear you. You know, I don't get time for nonsense, that kind of thing. And that's how we grew up, right? Even when you're in secondary school, you had to fight a lot. I remember the time when we were growing up in secondary school, this school is always fighting with this school. And there's always
True.
that, all those things. So that's the kind of culture that we grew up in. And even in some cultures where they promote respect, you say, auntie me, ori e okpe, ori e okpe, but you say that. You say,
You
brother.
respectfully disrespect the person.
Yes, yes. So we now carry that. We carry that. Into our businesses. We carry that into dealing with customers because it's already part of us. That's how you have been programmed, right? So a customer comes to you and you even have the mindset of I don't get time for nonsense. I don't get time for nonsense. You carry that same thing into your business, and when you carry it into your business, you will definitely not you'll destroy your business. And there are a lot of people that don't manage their emotions properly, and that has reflected itself in how they deal with their employees, that they deal with their fellow colleagues in the office, and now they extend it to their customers. And you even carry it online. I've seen people who, you are chatting with a client online and you're angry,
Yeah.
right? Or you show anger, you show disgust, you are condescending, you have contempt, and these are emotions, right? So in dealing with your customers, you can't take away emotions. So if you don't learn how to be aware of your emotions, how to manage your emotion properly, you will keep mistreating your customers and you will think it's village people that is disturbing you. But you are the one.
Exactly, I agree. When you talk about village people, you see that upbringing, and you spoke a lot about it just now. You see that upbringing thing that happens to us where you ask a question at home, "Mommy, should I put this here?" She says, "No, come and put it on my head." Do you know that has a wiring?
Yes.
And you like you said, you take it into your business, and your customer is asking you, so where do I pay the money to? Instead of answering the question, we answer a question with a question.
Yeah, true.
And that has
So
formed a lot of us.
yeah, and that is very, very important because we behave based on how we have been programmed to behave, not necessarily based on how you want to behave, right? How you have been that's how we behave. As a matter of fact, we perform to the level of our programming. You perform to the level of how you have been programmed to behave, not necessarily how you want to behave. There are people who actually don't even want to respond with more kindness and empathy, but they don't know how to because that's not how they were brought up, right?
That's
So
not how they
I
were
think,
programmed.
yeah, that's why you are programmed. That's why you are wired. Somebody will say that's why you are engineered, right? And now to make matters worse, social media is now even reinforcing that programming, where the kind of words you see that are prevalent or that are popular on social media, you hear people like violence, cook it. You're on Twitter, you hear cook violence, and the wahala. Those are the kind of words that are trending, and it's
No grief for anybody.
not grief for anybody, not grief for anybody. So, and these things it looks, harmless, but they're actually wiring us and putting us in certain emotional states that might be affecting your business. I think it was Jeff Bezos that they were asked that was one of his secret to his success. And he said something. He said that empathy is the bedrock of innovation. He said innovation was a secret. He now said empathy was the bedrock of is the bedrock of innovation. And what he meant by that is this. He said his ability to see from the customer's perspective and to understand the customer's problem is what makes him design solution blueprints that will tackle the customer's problem. And somebody said something that is very profound. People buy from you not when they understand you. They buy from you when they feel understood. I'll say that again. People buy from you not because they understand you. They buy from you because they feel understood.
Yes, sir.
Because a deep emotional need of every human being. And that deep emotional need is they need to feel seen, feel heard, and feel understood. A business or a salesperson that understands that, okay, my assignment is to make my customer feel heard,
Understood,
feel seen, and feel understood, they will buy from you, right? And the reason why this is true is that selling or buying, the behavior of buying is driven by emotions more than logic.
Yeah.
Right? People
Yeah.
buy largely based on how they feel, more
feel.
than how they think. It's after they are bought, they will not start thinking, oh, why I buy this thing, right? But as long as you can trigger that feeling of, but boy, you get this business understands me, right? You are most likely going, and that's why my friend Segun is always preaching, customer service, because that's very, very powerful. Because I think you that said it one time, right? There's a part that says customer is the king, right? And if you can make them feel understood, they are going to always buy from you. You are going to have loyal customers, right? Another thing that is very, very important is the issue of familiarity. People will choose what is familiar always, even when what is familiar is not healthy.
Say that again.
People will choose what they are familiar with always, even when what is familiar is not healthy. And one of the ways people feel familiar with you is if you get there, like you understand me. So they will rather stay with somebody that they are familiar with than somebody that see, and most brands understand this, right? Big brands, you see, the book of this book, Built to Last and Good to Great, right? Yes. You see, companies have lasted for years. Sometimes there's an argument that what they produce is not even healthy. The likes of Coca-Cola, right? That is harmful to the body. But why are we still buying it? Why do we want to do parties and Coca-Cola must be there? It's because we are familiar with it. They don't get us, right? So, and that's the power. That's the power of emotional, when you combine customer service with emotional intelligence.
Fantastic. So you said we do what we do as a result of our programming. And most of the sarcasm that we express today is as a result of the programming we had growing up as children and what we are seeing online and everywhere. What do we need to do so that we just go to the solution directly? What do we need to do to begin to correct these things? Because whether you like it or not, before you come in, as a business owner, you employ some people, you bring them, they will come in with their programming. The programming that they have, that's what they will bring into your organization. And if, God help you, if that programming is not in line with making the customer feel understood, then you begin to lose customers. And when customers begin to go, you know that the next thing is that your business closes down. What do we need to do to reprogram the people in line with being empathetic to satisfy the customers?
Awesome. Fantastic question. So first, we need to know how we got programmed as children, so as to know how you can reprogram yourself. So first, it starts with you as a business owner before you can transfer it to your staff, right? And one of the things you need to know is that there are 4 major E's that programs us. Number 1 is environment. Our environment, how the environment we grew up in is entering into us. Recently, I started singing a song, twe, 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 twe. And my wife just got my, the man of God, what are you singing? I was surprised. I was singing, and I was dancing. I was driving.
Because you have heard it everywhere.
So that song is not any of my playlists. It's not any of my device. It's not on my laptop. It's not on my phone. It's not in my house. I'd never play anything like that. But here I am singing it, and I was singing it very well. I was even enjoying it. I didn't even know I was singing it because your environment is entering into you, whether you like it or not. Your mind is taking the shape of your environment. So one of the things that program us is our environment. And environment is very powerful because you're not even aware that it's happening to you, but it's happening to you. So how do you, yes. So how do you reprogram yourself? Especially fast for your organization. Be mindful of the environment in your organization. Whatever you are selling, maybe you are using a small space or you have a big space, the environment must speak to customer satisfaction, customer service, treating customer well, right? If you want your staff to, you want your staff to treat customers better, you want them to connect with customer better, what is it in your environment that is driving that? Right, and that's why Segun we preach. He teach us. I learn from him when it comes to customer service. Make sure your environment is beautiful. Make sure you are making the customer comfortable. Right, make it. The environment is very, very powerful. Sometimes I buy things from certain places because I like the way that place is. Yeah. I like the way that place is beautiful. I like the way that place is orderly. Right, there are supermarkets I love to visit, and really, it's not because their stores are cheaper, but because of let me just enjoy the ambience. Yeah, where I cut my hair, it's not like those guys are too good like that, but the environment is just nice. Right, where I do my pedicure, my manicure, where I take my wife, there's a place I take my wife for massage. Man, the environment, man, I want to go there. Right. So environment is very, very important. Sometimes you can even solve all of your problem with that change of environment. If you take an Agbero, the way they should shout, there's any place you take them to, they will calm down. They will know that.
Yeah, the Agbero doesn't shout in a bank.
Yes, he doesn't.
When he gets into that environment, he brings his voice down.
He will bring it down. He will calm down.
Money doesn't like noise. Anywhere there's money, there's no noise.
There cannot be noise. That's the power of the environment. So as a business owner, you ask yourself, what can you put in your environment that attacks and resists your programming? So, and the programming of the Agbero is to be violent, is to shout, is to behave anyhow. But once he enters into the banking all of a sudden he doesn't behave that way, right? So that's the power of the environment, right? So in your business and for yourself, if you want to reprogram yourself, you have to ask yourself, what does your home look like? And in speaking about environment, change of location does not necessarily mean change of environment. You can change location and still be in the same environment. Your environment is anything your eyes is seeing, your ears are hearing, your senses are making contact with. That's your environment. So you would have changed location that didn't change the environment. Right? Yeah. So whatever the customer sees, hears, and feels, touches, the senses of the customer, it is the environment of your business. Right? So your Instagram page of customer is coming to see, that is an environment for your customer. Right? So how are you engaging or designing your environment in such a way that your environment is facilitating customer service, superior and excellent customer service? How do you design your stuff in a way that the customer feel heard, seen, and understood? Right? So that's very, very important. That number one is environment. That's how we pre-program. Number two is exposure. Right? What you are exposing yourself and how you are exposing yourself. Okay, before I go to that environment, for personal use, if you want to program yourself personally, like you yourself, you want to program yourself, be mindful of the places you go. Right? Make sure you are going to the places of your future. Right? There's a man out there, he said he wanted to move into an estate. Right? He wants to move to an estate. He wanted to buy a house in an estate in Ikoyi. And he said for 2 years, every Saturday, he drives around that estate every Saturday. And after 2 years, he was able to buy it. He was programming his mind. He was programming his mind. He was putting what he wants into his mind. For business people, you need to visit certain business places to see how they do things. Expose yourself to superior brands. Expose yourself to people that have superior customer service. Just go and experience it. Not because of anything. It's exposure. Exposure. And if you go by the Bible, even God, when God wants to reprogram people or puts them in line into a particular destiny pattern or destiny path, he exposes them first. He told Abraham, look at the stars. It's exposure. Oh yeah, look at the signs. Exposure. It's exposure, right? Moses was meant to be a national leader, but he was exposed to the palace. He grew up in the palace. It's exposure. That's the psychology of programming, right? So if God knew this guy, you are going to become a leader, a national leader. Okay, you cannot grow up in your father's house. Go and grow up in Pharaoh's, go and grow up in the palace. Yeah. So he didn't have the mindset, he didn't have the programming of a normal Israelite, because he had a different programming. He had the programming of the palace, right? David said, you are going to become king, but as a teenager, he had to go and serve Saul to get the maximum royalty exposure. There, you can't enter into that goal you have for your business if you are not exposing yourself to the reality of that goal. It is easy to reproduce what you have experienced. I'll say it again. It is easy to reproduce what you have experienced before. Yes, if you have not experienced it before, your brain will not get it. Your brain needs to be able to relate for you to create. I'll say that again. Your brain needs to be able to relate before you can create. So one of the fastest way to reprogram yourself is consistent exposure. You become what you are exposed to. You create after the order of what you are exposing yourself to. So you have to be intentional about your exposure. Expose your staff to superior customer service. Expose your staff, expose yourself, soak yourself. You will produce after the order of what you are exposed to. And that's the reason why even in the Bible, when Jacob wanted the ram to give birth to a particular kind of skin color, he put something to them to be seen. And they were giving birth not according to who they were, but according to what they were seeing. What they were exposed to. Yes, you keep giving birth to what you are seeing. So as a business person, you want to take your business to the next level in customer service, in sales. Make sure you are feeding yourself with the right kind of exposure. The third thing, I've said it before, but I'll say it again: experience, right? You reproduce. It's easy to reproduce what you've always experienced before, right? Sometimes if you're always losing business, most times because you have experienced loss of business before. You saw your father start business and fail. There's a high probability that you too will start and fail. You saw your mother struggle in business, struggle financially. There's a high chance that you are going to struggle in business. And it works for everywhere. You work in a company and you saw that company crash. There's a high chance when you start your own, it will crash. There's a high chance. It's not always, but there's a high chance. Because experience is very, very powerful. And that's why before they give people job, they want to know your work experience. Because yes, experience plays a lot of role in your programming. So if you don't have good experience in business, you have to create it for yourself. Yeah. Yes. You have to create it for yourself. And that's where exposure comes in. Go for mentorship. Come to Segun. Segun will teach you, will expose you. He will give you experience of customer service, experience of how to work with customers, how to grow a business. Right? Thank God for Instagram. If you are a business owner, you should be following Segun. You should be following people that are doing well in business, people that are doing well. Follow them. The goal is that you are exposing yourself and you are experiencing it. Right? Experience. When you experience something, it's easy to reproduce it. It's easy to create what you have experienced. Right? It's easy. You can relate better. Your brain can relate better. There's something called confirmation bias, where your brain only gets what it has already experienced. If you go somewhere, you are most likely only going to recognize what you have seen before. Anything you've not seen before, you will not recognize. Yeah. Because that's how the mind works. Right? So my question to you: have you experienced a good business in your life? Have you experienced beautiful customer service? And how often have you experienced it? Or the kind of experience you are following blogs that say how businesses are misbehaving, and that's what you're exposing yourself, that's what you're experiencing. You will keep producing that. Right? So number one is exposure. Number two, environment. Number three, exposure. The four is education. The fourth is education. You want to reprogram yourself, then you have to be intentional about the information you are consuming. The consumption of information is very, very critical. So if you want to reprogram yourself, then education, right? Education in customer service. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Keep getting knowledge. Any course that Segun is producing, go for it. Go for it. The training, go for it. Educate yourself, right? Educate yourself about business sales. Keep educating yourself. It is entering into your subconscious mind, and it is reprogramming you. So that's part one of reprogramming yourself.
Fantastic. I don't think we need any other thing again. Somebody says, please make sure you save this live. It is only the first steps of reprogramming yourself, because you talked about programming, that what we are, what we produce in our customer service today is as a result of the programming that we have. Yes. And I asked you to tell us how we can reprogram. And you just mentioned 4 steps now. We must check our environment. We must also improve our exposure. What you're exposed to is what you can recreate. We must also look at our experience and get a better experience from the experiences of others, mentors, and all of that. And then we must check our education. If you can do this for your staff, if you like, employ the lowest of the lowest, the guy who just graduated from secondary school, put him in the right environment, give him the right exposure, right education, and create an experience for him, he will be able to deliver even from that. That's why you see that they take a footballer from our environment here, take him abroad to their, how they call those, their football schools, academy, and he goes there. Over time, you see that raw talent that was brought from here, having gone through the needed environment, exposure, and education, it comes out as, refined gold. And that is what business owners here need to do to your staff. You cannot do everything for your organization. Sometimes you need to let your staff be there. They need to be there for you because you can't be there all the time. But what you need to do is to create this and like Dennis said, we can help you create this. Dennis can talk on emotional intelligence with your people and be able to change the mindset of your people. And also, I can do customer service for your people to help you, let them know the steps that they must follow to be able to deliver proper customers, so that you can leave your shop and have the mind to go for that holiday, right? Because Dennis said something. Let me look at. There's something you said about. Something you said about if the customer is. I'm looking at what you said. Yes. People do not buy because they understand you, but because they feel understood.
Yeah.
Your customers will not feel understood until your staff can deliver, proper customer service to them. And it's in that delivery that they feel understood and buy and continue to buy more. Dennis, I don't want to take any further time because we're almost wrapping. But what is that one thing you want to say to business owners that you see that business owners are not doing, that they need to do to improve sales, thereby improve their income?
Awesome. So 3 things, right? 3 things I'll just say that just practice this. And I think that, okay, so why I can say this, because I used to be very broke before, and I've practiced this and I've seen that this works, right? That thing about people will buy from you if they feel understood is very powerful. And the ways you express that you understand them is by excellent customer service, right? And if you see that word, the word is customer service. So it means that you as a business, what you are out there is to serve people.
Customer.
Yes, serve the customer, right? So your business is not about you. It's not about really what you like. It's not about what you like. So take for example, I'm on social media. Actually, I'm passionate about it. I think I'm passionate about leadership. I'm passionate about mental health. I want to talk about mental health. But I feel that, okay, people on social media, some of them don't care. I say, okay, what do you say? They care about love. They care about marriage. I just get them. And I got followers. But that's not what I like to talk about. I don't even like talking about it. But I thought, okay, this is what people like to hear. Okay, let's give it to them. And this is the problem they are interested in This is what they want you to solve for them. And I said, okay, let me try that. And that transformed my life, right? People are coming and they are paying me, they'll pay you dollars because you are solving their problem and you understand their problem. But this man gets me. You understand what I'm going through.
Yeah. He's speaking my language.
So that's why you need 3 major skills. Number 1 is that you need to be empathetic, and that's what we're talking about, emotional intelligence. Yeah. One of the core skills in emotional intelligence, your ability to be empathetic, right? And like I said, Jeff Bezos says that the bedrock of innovation is empathy. Your ability to put yourself in another person's shoes. Your ability to see, understand where they are coming from. The difference between sympathy and empathy. One of the major difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy, you can feel what somebody is feeling, but not understand why they feel that way.
Yes.
Empathy is that you understand why they feel that way, not just the feeling. 2 women can lose their husband and they are crying, but the reason why they are crying are not the same. The first person might be crying because the person where they give me money don't go, I go broke or I go suffer. The other person may be crying because of if she really loves the husband. My companion is gone. So they are crying, but the reason behind that cry is not the same thing. So your goal is not just to understand your customer, to understand why they have the problem they have. It is the why that drives them to buy, not just the product. So let's say you make air. Why does your customer want to make, or you sell wig? Why does your customer want wig? So like for example, now my wife wants wig because of she likes comfort. So people may want wig not because of comfort, because maybe wearing wig will not even be comfortable for them. It could be that, okay, what that one wants is she wants to be,
because they want to feel among.
Yes, want to feel among, want to feel special. So what is buying wig because of she wants to just be comfortable? I don't have time to sit down in the salon for 5 hours. What is it? I want to buy wig because that's what everybody's buying. I'm looking for acceptance. So you have to ask yourself, why are people buying these products? And how can I speak to that? How can I communicate? And then how can I treat them based on that? So let's say most of your customers come because they want to feel special. It means that your customer service, one of the things you build around is you are special. What is screaming to your customer is that you are special. You are important. So you design your customer service system to speak to special. So it means that they need to feel powerful. For men, if you are buying certain things for men want power, they want status. Yeah. So if you are selling to them, you have to be speaking to status. Odogu.
For those kind of people, you should sell more expensive, because the more expensive, the more status.
Expensive.
So they don't care about price.
Right? It is well packaged. You have to look odogu-ish, or else they will not buy from you. So empathy is very, very, very important. Now, to practice empathy, it means that you need a number of skills. Number 1 skill is listening skills. You need to learn how to listen. Now, many of us think we know how to listen, but you are not listening, you are only hearing. Yeah. Hearing is a function of your ears to pick sound. To pick sound. You are just picking sound. You understand? But listening is not the function of the ears. Listening is a function of your mind.
Yes.
Your mind. You listen with your mind through your ears. So it means that when you are listening to somebody, your attention is with that person and you are seeking to understand the person. Right? So when you're listening to your customer, you're not listening to you're looking for what to say back. You're thinking of how to respond back to your customer. Your customer is talking. One of the signs you're not listening, you are interrupting your customer. You are helping them complete what they have not finished talking. You are helping them complete. You're not listening. Your customer is talking to you and you are pressing your phone. You are pressing your laptop. Okay, yes, I can hear you. I can keep on talking. I can hear you. You're not listening.
You're not hearing.
You're not keeping body language. You're not using your eyes. You're not keeping eye contact. You're not listening. So listening means that you are paying attention with your mind through your ears to understand and receive what your customer is saying. Remember, we said customers buy from you when they feel understood. Right? So you have to listen to understand the person. And see, if you have a preconception of your customer before you listen to them, you will miss them. So somebody just
you understand them. Never assume.
Yeah,
never understand the customer.
Yes. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge, right? So you have to don't assume that you don't know anything. You don't know. Just when you are you don't know anything, right? And listen to understand. That's the goal.
Yes.
Once the customer feel understood, you will be surprised how they themselves are the one that drive. Number two, so in listening, to assist your listening skills, you must know how to ask the right questions. When the customer understands that this process is about them, not about you, they tend to buy from you more. So you must learn how to ask the right questions. And there are two types of questions we encourage you to ask. Now, there are some questions that if you ask your customers, you probably are going to lose them. It's called closed questions. You don't ask, you minimize closed questions as much as possible. So closed questions are any questions that end with no, yes, or a single word answer. Are you coming? Are you going to pay now? That's a closed question. Do you like it? He will just say no. He will say yes. You understand? So any question that needs yes or no answer or a single word answer is a closed question. As an excellent customer service professional or a business person, you must learn how to ask open-ended questions, right? Open-ended questions. Now, there's no time. Okay, I think you have to just give my final word. I've started talking again. So
we have to do a part two of this. Dennis, we have to do a part two of this. We have to do
part two
of this.
No problem.
We have to do, but just wrap up on this point.
All right, so learn how to ask open-ended questions, right? Questions that help your customer to think. So you ask questions like, what is stopping you from buying this? Or why don't do nothing in selling or in customer service. Try as much as possible not to ask the question why. If you ask why a lot, your customer will lie to you or they will become defensive.
Yeah.
So instead of why, say what. What makes you like this? How can I help you do this? So you use open-ended questions. Lastly, ensure you always ask empowering questions. A lot of business people, you ask these empowering questions. What's your problem, sir? Eh? Why me? So you ask even yourself, you ask your staff this, what is your problem? Why are you always like this? No. Why are customers like this? Those are these empowering questions. So you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Those are empowering questions, right? What is this teaching me? And then when you're asking your customers, you ask questions, open-ended question. How can I help you better, right? What is stopping you from buying these products? And what will make you buy this product? What will make you come to us more often? What do we need to change? What do we need to adjust? Right? Those are questions that gives you strong progress action points that can help you advance your business and make more sales. More sales. Please, I recommend strongly Segun. See, anything Segun is doing. Segun is a fantastic guy from day one. Remember that time we used to do your TV program? I don't follow you.
Yes.
You know, so please, whatever training Segun is having, please, I want you to join him. Invite training Segun to train your staff, right? He's coming to Abuja to train my own staff, right, very soon. So please invite him, please, and let's take your business to the next level. Thank you so much, Chef Segun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you, everyone who has joined. Powerful insights today. You need to go watch this video again to understand and get the real juice of what me I did right here, but the thing was coming so fast that I couldn't take all of it down. But you need to go and watch this video. Adeshine, thank you. Thank you, Adeshine. Welcome, welcome. So everyone who is not following Dennis on this live already, please follow Dennis now. Follow Dennis. And those not following me, follow me. I have a free gift for you. I have a free gift. I have a book that I'm going to give to you for free. Follow me and send me a DM. I'll give you a free e-copy of one of my books, right? I'm also going to post this video again. Those of you just joining now, you have missed, but you can watch it again because the video is going to be on my timeline. I'm also going to tag Dennis on the video so you can watch it. But please follow us, send us a DM. You would see this again. Until I come your way again, same time next week with Winning with Customer Service. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. If you follow me, send a message. I'll send you. Send a DM. I'll send you a copy of my book. All right. Thank you, Dennis. You have a wonderful day ahead.
Bye.
Thank you for coming by, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon. At this time, you want to refollow here? Oh yeah, refollow.